everyone, how you doing? My name is Lucas Coons, and it's that time again for me to take the keys to this beautiful, beautiful podcast and produce one of, if not the, best episode we here two Jagoffs make. That's right, this is the 4th edition of Lucas Carries, and I am so glad to be back in this beautiful studio of ours. I am so glad to be taking over what is rightfully mine once again. And, you know, usually I just bring on that one random guy, but, like, I want to bring someone else on today. So we're going to be bringing my favorite co-host, Mr. Jack Dean. Jack, how are you doing, bro?
Haddily doodly.
It's been a hot minute since you've been here.
It has been.
It's been a while. I think you were on a special last time, and I know we got plans to bring you back next month for another special, so that'll be fun. But first time being on Lucas Carries. You are literally the reason that this exists. The name behind it is something you commented probably over 50 times.
Over that. It was at least 100 times.
It was at least 100 times.
At least, because it was every single podcast.
Hashtag Lucas Carries.
Hashtag
Turned
Lucas
into
Carries.
a real episode.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of a fan favorite, if not one of the best game show type episodes we make. Probably is the best because it involves all the game shows now.
Yeah, you can thank me now.
So I will thank you for giving us the idea, because I have never gotten such an eager call from Austin saying, dude, I have an idea, because me and him kind of made the idea of me taking over, but we had no clue what we were doing with the naming. I think it was like Lucas Takeover, like some random names like that. He was like, dude, Lucas Carries. It's already an established meme on the podcast, so it's good to have you on.
Thank you.
But no, I figured if I'm gonna bring on one guest, I might as well just, go big or go home. Not like you're not enough yourself. I mean, you're definitely something. But I decided to bring on someone else. A very controversial Jagoff by the name of Kevin Homa. Kevin, how are you doing?
I would so much rather be doing this than installing an air conditioner. I'll tell you what, because that's what I just did.
It's hot outside.
It's bad. It was like 300% humidity earlier. Like standing still, doing nothing, and we were glistening. Me and the guy I was working with, seriously, we were like two glazed donuts. It was horrible.
Well, I mean, it didn't help that it rained also, so the humidity just shot up. It was already bad enough, and then after that rain, I regretted wearing the fit I have on right now. But
yeah, I don't know what you were thinking. I mean, it looks good, but I know
it's a fire fit.
I mean, if that were me, I would be a melted puddle on the floor.
Well, you had to work outside. I sat here inside playing Lucas Carries all day, so
not fair.
we had different experiences. But I guess we should bring on that other guy, Pittsburgh's most hated, least needed Jagoff, I guess. Austin Carnes. Austin, how you doing?
It's Pittsburgh's favorite Jagoff.
Potato, tomato, tomato.
I mean, that's debatable.
Knock it off, all of you. Lucas, shout out to you, my man. 4th edition of Lucas Carries. It's crazy that you were able to push an idea so far that I actually agreed to it and let you take over for a 4th time. So congrats to you.
Now it's my turn. No, I'm just kidding.
Now it's actually time for Jack's silly little thoughts and Kevin's controversial ideas.
I'll take Kevin's first.
Oh, man.
So I want to start off by saying that Jack and Kevin have actually never filmed together.
Mm-hmm.
This is their first time.
Yeah, we've never actually done anything together. Like at least this.
Yeah.
Back before Lucas Carries 1 even came out. I think we mentioned this a different time, but the original plan was to bring you guys together for the 3rd edition of it, and that was going to be the first time you guys ever met. But since then, you guys originally met on a phone call where I'm pretty sure you mooned him, I'm pretty sure.
in classic fashion.
In classic Kevin fashion. And then we've actually been to IWC about 2 or 3 times, all of us together.
Yeah.
So this isn't exactly your first time meeting like the original plan was, 5 months ago. But this is your first time filming together, at least. And we're going to see how the chemistry works out today, I guess. It's,
and if it doesn't... No,
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Put me down.
You guys can try to insinuate what a man like Kevin would be banging. It goes bang bang.
No, what do you mean by that? No, I'm just kidding.
Something else that we need to bring up. Me and Austin, actually just figured this out before filming today. Jack, we slightly delayed your 1-year anniversary message.
Yeah.
By forgetting that it was actually May 16th of 2024 was your debut episode. It was actually basically my trial run to what Lucas Carries is. I fully hosted the episode. I had all 30 this or that questions.
Oh, yeah.
It was May 16th, 2024, like I said, and that was your first ever appearance besides being a regular meme on the podcast for everything you commented and everything you had us ask.
To add on to that, your 1 year would have been January of 2025 because you debuted January 2024 when Jay Gensel got traded.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you were on a few
Man, you
months
forgot
before.
about me. No, I'm just kidding.
We forgot about both of you. I mean, actually, I think
I can see my worth.
I think he was about 2 weeks late on my anniversary.
I was.
So we're gonna make sure that this year my anniversary doesn't get forgotten for my 2-year.
We will not forget. Lucas.
It'll be in a couple months.
It'll be in a
yeah.
couple months.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Wait, can we all do it at once?
Yeet!
Jack had no clue. Anyway.
Stop and do a Slim Jim. Anyway.
So, I would just jump right on into this episode, and we have a lot of topics to debate and talk about, and we got obviously some game shows, and of course, in classic Lucas Carey's tradition, we have one new game show. But we're actually gonna save the game show for more towards the end of the episode. But to start off, before we get into everything else, Jack has some untalked about beef with Austin.
What? Me?
And we've been saving this. He wanted to say it in the car. I told him, I
Mhm.
said, wait for Lucas Carey's. I'll let you have your moment. He's mad at you for something you did on Steel City.
Oh.
Go
Uh-oh.
ahead, Jack. The floor's yours.
Oh no. What
You
did I
said I wasn't athletic at all. You said I was the least
Look at
athletic
him.
person.
He's definitely more athletic than me and him.
Wait, out of who?
I don't know what
It was you, Nick, Kevin, me, Jack.
Are you sure I didn't say that in a joking context?
You were saying that as a legitimate point.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, you did say it.
You ranked me low.
Yeah, you did, right?
I don't remember doing that because
And
I would
he- and
definitely.
he's
You're
the-
definitely not more athletic than
I-
me.
And he's
played
the
almost
most
every sport I
athletic of
can.
every single person that you put above him.
Well, I take that back. I don't stand by that.
Yeah.
I take that back because
Yeah, that's
there's
right.
no way in hell you two are more athletic than
That's
he
what
is.
I'm saying.
Wait, no, it wasn't Steel City. It was
Unless it's
it was
with
it
two
was
Jagoffs.
two Jagoffs.
It was with the Nick episode.
Sorry, it was the this or that on two Jagoffs, not on Steel City.
I regret-
it was the next special.
All right, well, Jack, I hope you accept my apology. I take it back.
Mhm.
Is the
Because-
beef squashed?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
That's
Because
what-
I actually, well, during the episode, I blanked on like what he did, but I did defend him, saying there's no way you just said that about him. But I literally forgot that he played soccer, basketball.
Yeah, he played almost every sport.
I played soccer, basketball, baseball, tennis, ultimate frisbee, swimming for a little bit. Look at me.
Jesus, I just realized how much of a bum I didn't do anything. It's going
And also, he never played football, but whenever like the whole friend group plays catch, this dude does not drop the ball. He catches every single one, and he has a decent throw.
Can we sign him up and get rid of Mason Rudolph?
I mean, we probably could.
I think he's a better fit.
Oh my god, I get laid out.
So yeah, I wanted to give Jack his little moment there.
All right, well,
Thanks.
Jack, beef is squashed.
Somewhat. He said somewhat.
Somewhat. You gotta act on it.
Turd.
I got you.
Gotta act on it in the future.
Can we at least all agree that I'm the most athletic? Can we at least
No.
agree on that?
No, he's the
That's
most
just- that's
athletic.
just-
I don't know about that.
He's more athletic than you are.
Oh yeah,
I've
I
never
was in
seen
track
him in
for a little
action.
bit as well. I forgot.
Hey,
about
he's
that.
done all those sports without injury. How many times have you?
Oh,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
injured
yeah.
yourself
on the third week.
I haven't
You
injured myself one
yourself on
time.
the third week of track.
I haven't injured myself one
So
time.
I'm gonna give the props here to Jack
All right,
over
that's
you.
a debate. That's
I have a
fine.
frisbee if you want to play frisbee against me.
Frisbee.
I have
he
one in my
also
car.
he also doesn't drop a frisbee, and his throws are
You'll
immaculate.
probably beat me in frisbee.
I have a frisbee in my car.
I'll
I have
take-
one in my. I have the frizz in the trunk.
But if we
At
did a
all
1v1 right now, you're 7-0'd.
For what?
Basketball.
I played basketball for a
He
bit.
played
I
on a
played
team.
basketball too. Same
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
I played high school.
He played high school.
Yeah, okay, me too.
I don't know. You almost lost to Nick Brown.
Got it.
That's crazy. I was there.
I love.
I was
Okay.
there.
Don't get me wrong. I love new management. I love Nick Brown, but saying that Nick Brown is anywhere near as athletic as Jack is just wrong. I'm sorry. And you almost lost to Nick Brown. You're losing to Jack if you almost lost to Nick Brown. I'm sorry.
We'll see.
You still think you can beat Ollie at basketball? I don't want to
I
get
can't beat Ollie.
No, you can't. He has the advantage. And I don't need to tell you why.
Nice little innuendo there, Kev.
I'll go to hell for sure. I'll race you there.
So, on Lucas Carey's, I like to do a little recap. Obviously, the first one was like the biggest recap because it was about everything that's happened on the podcast
Yes,
from
that's
my
it.
life, your life. Kevin's over there saying prayers.
I'm saving myself in advance.
So I want to start with our little recap. Obviously, the recaps aren't as big anymore. I mean, we've only had a few episodes since the last Lucas Carey's. But currently, we've had Andrew Palace, one
Yes.
of the best interviews, if not the best, depends on what you look at it.
The best.
We've had Councilwoman Teresa Cal Smith, and we had most likely Carnegie's next mayor, Sam Bigham.
Yes, sir.
Now, obviously, I can't say much because I didn't get invited to any of those three. But Austin, you interviewed all three, so what are your takes on them?
Well, I will say this. All three of interviews you can take something away from. I believe the Sam Bigham interview is somewhat underrated in the fact that, yes, you may not like what was discussed necessarily in the episode, but the different interview style was a test for me in my career, and I feel like I did a pretty good job with it. Teresa Cal Smith was amazing. me and her have already known each other before we even did that podcast, so there's already a little bit of chemistry there. My dad's actually really good friends with her husband, so there's already some connections there. And the episode itself discussed a lot of pretty cool things about Pittsburgh. So if you want to learn more about that, I recommend that episode. And Palace, I think I speak for all four of us when I say that was by far one of the best things that Two Jagoffs has ever produced. Andrew Palace gave so much to that episode. He stayed back an extra hour and a half, even after the cameras were off, that helped me shoot a backstage promo to try and pitch to IWC Wrestling. He stayed back to give me advice on the business, talk wrestling, and just life in general. He's a good ass dude. He supports me and everything. Hell, he's even following Kevin now. He's friends with Nick Brown on Facebook.
He notices me whenever, like at the shows and stuff.
So,
it's crazy.
So I'll pass this over to Kevin next if that's okay with you, because he also knows Andrew Palace pretty well. But I will say this. Palace was phenomenal.
Yeah, and then like not even like talking about like him being on the podcast in of itself. He's such a great dude. Like every time I see him, his energy is immaculate. He's always nice to me. He's always like, hey, what's up? You know, he notices me.
His vibe.
His vibe is.
It gives off good energy.
Yeah, and even like because sometimes you see him, he's in character. Like especially like during intermission, you meet the wrestlers. He's always in character, which I think is absolutely hilarious. And even then, like, especially the one time we saw him at the not Penn Brewery, the Iron City Brewery at the Taco Mania show, we saw him before really anyone was even there. He was like one of the first people in. He was just walking around. He'd be like, hey, pal. He goes, hey, what's that? What? Nothing. Just coming up saying hi. Yeah, because I think that was the first time we saw him since his injury. Actually, at that point. So, you know, just saying hi to him. He's like, hope you do well. Hope you're healing well. He's like, thank you. He's just such a good dude. I have nothing but good things to say about him. I love him to death.
Yeah, I will say this. I know you didn't listen to those ones yet, so
yeah, you suck, Jack.
Yeah, I know. My bad.
You have to get caught up on those, but I will say this. Andrew Palace. Yeah, no matter what you can argue, we've had some great things on Two Jagoffs. Easily, probably. I would give it top 3 things we've done on this podcast easily. The interviews more than the fact that he's just a professional athlete. It's the stuff he was able to talk about and how, like, you could almost connect, even me not being there could almost, like, connect to the stuff he was saying on, like, a personal level.
I will say this. I feel like both of our loves for professional wrestling really made it easier for us to bounce off each other. I think that was a really cool part of it.
Now, as for... Are you right over there?
No.
Stop making so much damn noise.
My bad.
Jeez, the swear word's already coming out.
Hey,
Good
I
lord.
know. It's... Ooh.
He can't help himself.
Yeah.
As for Teresa Kell Smith, I thought her story was really cool, especially where she was talking about, like, she didn't even want to be a councilwoman. Like, she was, like, crying and stuff whenever she got it. Like, she had no clue what to do. And then how much she's actually been able to accomplish since then. That was a really cool story to hear. And then with Sam Bigham, I mean, honestly, I'm going to be straight honest. I didn't think I was going to like him at first. I thought that his voice was too militant for me. But after listening to the entire podcast, I liked what he stood for. I liked that he was talking about, like, no matter which side of politics, it doesn't matter. He kept it very neutral the entire time. And he talked about genuine things that I think both sides can agree with. And he talked about... No, he's a younger guy. He's 2 years older than you, right? He's 23?
23.
He's talking about getting, like, younger people in office, all the stuff that he's done throughout the community that really perched him up in the rankings. So I thought that was a really cool story, too.
I feel like the thing with the Sam Bigham interview, too, that a lot of people could take away from is... And this was a fear of yours, too, when I was bringing all these politicians on. You were like, and there's another one coming on this Sunday, actually. You were worried that we would get too political, we would talk about certain rhetorics, and I was trying to tell you and reassure you, like, Lucas, trust me, I'm not going to steer the conversation that way in any of these interviews. And something both Councilwoman Smith did and possible future Mayor Bigham did was they kept it neutral, they kept it unbiased. Yes, they talked about their agenda, yes, they talked about their action plan, but they talked about it in a way that everybody can understand and accept. And I feel like that's what really made the episode so good. It's not like we try to push a liberal or conservative viewpoints. We just simply talked about life, talked about work, talked about the economy, stuff like that, stuff that is important to us as people. And I will also tell you this, the Carlington conversation was pretty fun at the beginning, too. He was a field goal kicker, so...
Yeah, and
at
then
one point,
hip
injury.
Hip injury, yeah.
And then, what was the other part of the interview that I really liked? I liked talking about the restaurants at the end. I know
he disrespected me.
He did disrespect you by not saying Barb's. I called him out on it.
He put Bob's at, like, his third place that you recognized.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He didn't remember mine till the end.
You gotta listen to Bigham when you get a chance.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet, so that's my bad on that. But
Bomb.
I wasn't looking forward to it. I'm sorry.
No one will.
No, I wasn't either. I genuinely thought it was gonna be one of my least favorite interviews because I heard his voice and I was like, it's just too melting. But no, he actually did a good
If
job.
you
He
really
did-
listen to what he's
if
saying,
you actually like,
Yeah.
if you actually like think about what he's saying, it's actually really good.
Because I did want to chime in just a little bit before we
Good.
moved on from Sam Bale. I just want to say too, like, regardless of like this political stuff too, something that I think a lot of people need to do is really just take a neutral standpoint and not get at each other's throats. Because I think it's a good way. I mean, pinning everyone against each other, no one's getting anything done. I think we're seeing that now more than really ever.
Yeah, right
Because-
now, not to get political, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
you can really tell that it's just cutthroat right now.
I mean, at least with me finally, like, being an adult, being able to really see and understand things, this cutthroat to everyone just because they don't agree with you 100%. That's really what it is. If people don't agree with you 100%, everyone just wants nothing to do with anybody. And that's just, it's sad. It's tearing this country apart. I mean, that's just
That's
what
the
I
sad
think
thing.
about
It tears us apart, and then also it's just hypocritical the entire time because a side will do something that they don't like, and then something happens, and the other side does the same thing that they were yelling at the first time. So it's just
it. It makes no sense.
that's why I mean, I will say this: me and Austin off camera, we do talk about politics and stuff, but we're both we can see it from both sides, and we're very neutral. And that's how it should be, and that's what Bigum and Teresa both were. They were both very neutral on the episode.
and I guarantee you the guest on Sunday will also do the same thing. And the thing I want to add on to that, that's how you know you can have a conversation. Because without, again, getting political, me and Lucas are on both opposite sides of the aisle, and we still can have a conversation. And that's
Yeah.
how it should be.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time,
Yeah.
and I don't talk to Austin like, oh, I hate you. That's a terrible thing. Like, no, we look at it, we understand it, we talk about it, and we're neutral about it.
Now, when he
We-
talks about
we-
the Steelers, that's a different story.
Yeah, I think me and Austin
Yeah.
fight more about football than politics.
I
And
mean,
we're on the opposite side of the political scale. So.
Right, I mean, two things I will add is one thing I'm so happy about just the friend group I have, not even just with you guys, but I'm gonna say the majority of people I know, is we can all have a pretty civil conversation about politics and still be friends at the end of the day as if nothing happens. And the funny thing is like even with the politics thing, of course me and Austin don't agree with everything. Quite literally, our biggest fight ever, where we were actually mad about was seriously about, I can smile right now, was about Blood of the Dead, a Call of Duty Zombies map. That was the only thing we were actually, I think I would say we were really pissed at each other.
Do you know this? Do you even know what he's talking
Have
about?
you ever heard the actual story?
Well, I'll make
That'll be an
it.
off-story thing, off-camera thing.
I'll make it real quick. I'll give you. I'll
Okay,
give you
I
the
didn't know if
summary.
it got like.
It's not a whole story.
No,
Okay.
it's not giant anything.
There's a zombies map called Blood of the Dead. It's a remaster of a Black Ops 2 map, Mob of the Dead. The Alcatraz map, the prison map, the
Okay.
remake of it. You know it.
Yeah.
It's the remake. I actually like it. I think it's an A-tier map. He does not. It's actually recognized by the community as one of the worst, but I personally believe it's underrated and one of the best. So
It sounds like me with Call of Duty Ghost.
exactly.
I find it A tier. The community hates it.
I will say I do think Call of Duty Ghost is underrated. I wouldn't say it's what do you say, A tier?
I put it.
I wouldn't say it's A tier, but I do not think
It
it's
has
like
one of my favorite campaigns.
the camp. Here's the thing. I really like the campaign. I know we're straying off. I really
That's
like.
fine,
I
that's
really
fine.
like the campaign. I like the campaign. The only thing that I dislike about it is it ended off on a cliffhanger that we will probably never see the end
The
of.
thing that sucks is like that's one of the biggest hates about it, but like it's not the game's fault. Like it's the developers being dumb about it. Like the campaign itself is really good, but the developers didn't know how to finish it.
Screw Mayday though. That map sucks.
Yeah.
From Extinction, screw Mayday. I hate that map.
Man, screw Extinction. What are you talking about? Getting rid of all of that. That was horrible.
I will say this though about the Blood of the Dead thing. Out of how long we've been friends? Too long. Anyway,
Since sixth grade, so about almost 10 years.
we're approaching 10 years of knowing each other. The only legit argument that we've ever gotten to where we actually were upset at each other was over that.
Yeah, I think that should tell you something.
I mean, that's how a good friendship goes. We only have one friend in our group that gets politically angry.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's not even politically. That's just because I think it's A-tier.
No, I'm
He
just,
don't-
like, going back to like you guys were saying, like you guys
Yeah.
like fight about politics. Our friend group is that way too, like Kevin said. But we have one friend that kind of sticks out. So
I already know who it is. I'm not gonna say it though.
yeah.
Fair enough.
If he's listening, which I guarantee he's not, he knows who he is.
Yep.
Yeah, Pringle Boy, huh?
Pringle boy.
Yeah, Pringle boy. It's Pringle boy.
It's Pringle Boy.
It's
oh
Pringle
boy.
boy. All right, next up, I'm gonna give the floor back to you, Austin, here because I know you did ask if I'm gonna mention this, and I decided I will mention it for you. Basketball. we are in the playoffs right now.
We are.
None of us here really care for basketball, but you do, and I know it's in a very important spot right now, so I figured I'd give you a couple minutes to talk about it, give us a little recap on it. I somewhat know what's going on, but you know basketball like the back of your hand.
As of right now, it's a pretty even matchup. The Indiana Pacers and the... What are you doing over there?
Just ignore it.
I forgot to do it earlier. Just ignore me.
As of right now, the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder are on pace right now to have one of the most underrated NBA Finals performances of all time. But something that's holding them back is Tyrese Halliburton, the star of the Indiana Pacers. Listen, this is a guy that doesn't need to drop 30 points a night because of the assists that he has, because of the plays that he makes on defense, because of his ability to be able to move the ball down court. But the biggest issue with this team is lack of chemistry. You look at the OKC Thunder. They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They got a Chet Holmgren. They got both of the Williams. They got a Lou Dort. They got a solid squad built around them. In terms of the Indiana Pacers, though, they have a TJ McConnell. They got a Pascal Siakam. They got a lot of different guys they can move the ball with down court, but their lack of being able to do so is what's really killing them. So it's a great series. I'm looking forward to it. I said Thunder in 6. Looks like the Pacers might come away with the win. And in the next couple of weeks, we'll cover it and recap it like more in depth. But if you want my honest opinions on it right now, I think it's a pretty good final so far. Really good matchup. Not as good as the other one, but it's a really good one.
All right, now I'm going to keep the floor on you because you also asked me to mention this, and I decided I will include it for you. The U.S. Open.
Yes.
You attended it. You and your dad attended it, and you guys actually were on the news there.
Yes, we were.
And did you film anything else there?
Oh, we did a promo there for 2
You did a
Jagoffs.
promo, that's right. Yes.
We did a promo at the 18th
I forgot
hole.
about that already,
Yep.
to be honest. That actually did really good numbers, so.
It did really good numbers. Really good numbers. Look, here's the thing. We went on Monday to the Oakmont Country Club, which is, by the way, beautiful. Love it up there in Oakmont. But they weren't actually playing yet. There was just practices. I got to meet a couple of golfers, Spieth, Thomas, Grant Horvat. So we met some golfers, which was cool. And you said we got interviewed on WTAE, Pittsburgh Action News 4. Ava Marie Rash, one of their reporters, actually came up and did a little interview with us. And I was networking, talking, BSing, and it was a really cool experience. And they actually let us do a promo at the 18th hole, where I actually got to go out on the green and kind of promo for 2 Jagoffs real quick. There's a guy with a professional camera and everything. He took some pictures of me and my dad. It was sick. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get more content there, but I still was very happy with the overall experience. The U.S. Open itself, though, J.J. Spawn. I know you guys don't care about golf, but how about this guy right here? 64-foot putter to win the U.S. Open. The turf and the grass was a killer. Me and Nick had a longer conversation on this, actually on Steel City Commuters. So if you want to hear,
make sure to check it out if you guys are into golf.
if you're into golf, I'm not going to spend too much time here on 2 Jagoffs cover.
Shout out to new management.
I mean, I like mini golf.
Well, Scally's has nice mini golf. But anyway,
Mini golf is fun. Good
we
time.
talked about it more on there, but McIntyre was having a hard time. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, even DeChambeau got out early, which was surprising to me. But the tournament itself was great. It was unique, and I would argue that this was the best U.S. Open that we've had since prime Tiger Woods. It was very appealing to many people, especially as someone who really doesn't pay too much attention to golf. Shout out to Spawn, man.
Shout out to Austin for taking the floor for a little bit. So next up, I want to move to the NHL. We got a couple topics that we haven't covered here, and I wanted to at least re-go over. So the Stanley Cup has officially ended. The Florida Panthers won in 6, which almost every single person that's on this podcast for Steel City took, besides Nick Brown. Come on, new management. What do you do?
What's wrong with you, Prince?
I mean, to be fair, when you focus your time on bingo, I can see why he missed that.
Oh my god, new management's getting flamed. I'm gonna be flamed after this episode airs.
Yeah.
So
Bingo
I'm sorry, new
man.
management. I gave you a shout out though for your podcast, so at least give me a little bit of brownie points there. No. No. That was the best timing I've ever.
We should all do it on the count of 3.
No.
No.
I think we just all did on.
Oh.
So yeah, the Florida Panthers won 6. I honestly only watched game 1 of it, to be honest. I was pretty busy during the whole part of it. I did see on, I don't know, did you watch?
I watch every game.
You watched most of it. There was, from what I saw on Instagram, a couple controversial things that went on during it, and obviously some fights because these teams have history, especially with them being the last Stanley Cup, and the Florida Panthers won then too. There was a lot of fights and stuff I saw, and fines that went out, so. But overall, I'd say it was a really good cup. What do you think?
Great Stanley Cup Finals, one of the best I've seen in years. Look, I mean, the Oilers and Panthers already have bad blood with each other. I mean, last year the series went to 7 games. Edmonton nearly came back and won it all. This year, Florida put the absolute stomping on them, and it was the ability, again, to spread the ice. I mean, I say this in football, I say this in basketball, I'm going to say it in hockey, too. They have so many different guys out there that you can rely on. They got Barkov. He did really well in Game 2. Sam Bennett, Seth Jones. Brad Marchand, who now won his second Stanley Cup in his career. He won one with Boston. Now he's won one with Florida. I believe he should have been the trophy winner over Jones. I think he was absolutely phenomenal this series. We can't forget about Sam Reinhart either, who had 4 out of the 5 goals in Game 6. 4 out of the 5 goals was
That's
Sam
insane.
Reinhart. That's incredible.
Getting a hat trick in the Stanley Cup Finals is absolutely insane.
It is, and Bob Broski only allowing 1 goal as well. He was phenomenal all series long. So Florida Panthers have so many different unique guys out there. And to quote Nick Brown from Steel City, I will say this: he said that if this team can stay together and they are able to bring back all these players post this season, I don't see anybody stopping the Florida Panthers. Because
probably going again.
If Connor McDavid couldn't do it 2 years in a row, who else can? The Penguins are defeated. You look at the Colorado Avalanche, they can't get past round 1. Dallas has lost 4 straight years in the Western Conference Finals. The Kings can't even make it to the Western Conference Finals. I believe
Maple
this
Leafs
is
and
Florida's...
Lightning are failures.
Maple Leafs can't win a Game 7 to save their life. The Lightning, they've been trash ever since they've gotten rid of their players.
Hurricanes are just so horrible.
Hurricanes lost 14 straight Eastern Conference Finals matchups. The thing that I found the most interesting, though, I'm going to read you guys the stat, get your guys' opinion on it real quick. 4 out of the last 6 Stanley Cup Finals has been won by a team that plays in Florida. The last 2 years was the Panthers, and 2020 and 2021 was the Lightning. I thought that was pretty
crazy.
cool.
That's crazy, actually.
Especially a state that really shouldn't be known for hockey in Florida
Yeah.
has won the Stanley Cup Finals 4 out of the last 6 years. I thought that was pretty cool. But shout out to Brad Marchand, shout out to Barkov, Bobrovsky, Jones, Reinhart, especially Reinhart, man. Hat trick in the Stanley Cup Finals. Holy hell. They deserve it. As my dad does, let's clap it up real quick for the Panthers. Let's go, Panthers. Okay, you guys can stop.
Hey,
You can stop, damn it!
wow, the vocals.
He's
dude.
so rude. You hear this?
Yeah, like
The only thing
His
that
swearing
sucks
and
about
yelling.
the only thing that sucks about this final, in my opinion, is it just gets harder and harder every year for people to say McDavid is like the GOAT, because
2 straight
he just-
years losing.
2 straight years losing to the same team. It looks like he found his kryptonite, and he's just him and his team is just getting older, and the Stanley Cup chances go down every year. They lose it and don't make it. So I'm starting to get a little worried that we might not see a McDavid Stanley Cup.
You're a hockey guy. What you think?
About?
No, I was gonna say he's a Penguin hockey guy. Same with him. He's
Yeah, I'm
a
about to say,
Yeah.
They're
what's up,
Penguin
up,
hockey. We're hockey.
That's a,
Yeah.
okay.
No, but
I mean, my opinion on the Penguins. Well,
don't worry, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We got a couple things about that.
Yay.
Actually, the next thing, Malkin. We've talked about it a couple times now, earlier today and on the phone a couple days ago. Reports coming from the Penguins insiders are that if he does not retire this year, we're not bringing him back. He'll be a free agent.
Yeah, that's.
Thoughts,
I
opinions?
mean, it's see, I'm kind of 50-50. I like. I mean, he's. I think it's pretty clear that like he's kind of like he's clearly losing steam. He's been the last couple of years. I think so. But man, it's gonna be real hard to see him go, especially if he, you know what I mean. Like,
The
man,
thing I'll say is if this would have came out 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I would have been like jumping out of my boots happy. He had a really good comeback year last year. He was one of our best players on the team. And the thing is, if he retires and like people just aren't saying it because he doesn't want to say he's going to retire right now, that's fine. I'd hate to see him go to another team though. I'd hate to have to verse Malkin like a couple times a year. It would suck to see. I know he's loyal and getting up there in age, so I would hope he would just retire. But knowing Malkin, he's got a lot of spirit in him. He loves the game. He loves the sport. He loves the people. But I just don't, I can't envision him being on another team. I know I said that we should trade him before, but like now that I'm actually seeing it happening, and the thing is, we get nothing out of it. It's either he retires or he walks. We don't get anything out of him. If we trade him, at least we're getting something for our future team. But right now, it just kind of it would suck to see him just walk.
Well,
Yeah.
MJ was once a Wizard. Joe Montana was once a Chief. So it's not really out of the blue that we could see Evgeny Malkin in a different jersey. Here's the thing with Gino. I love Gino. And Lucas, you brought up a great point. If this was a couple years ago, I'm celebrating like it's New Year's. But last year was such a great year for him and such a great year for the Penguins. I called him the second line captain most of the year because he was able to control that second line even when he wasn't on it, just by able to switch on and off the ice. He was able to report back to guys like Jack St. Ivany, Pedersen before he got traded, Ricard Raquel, Brian Rust. He really was the mentors for these guys and really is what elevated their level of play, which is why both Raquel and Rust had career years last year for the Penguins and why Malkin had a bit of a resurge. So I'm very interested to see how he plays this year because although the reports now say that they're not bringing him back, what if he has an outstanding year again this year? What if he outplays everyone this year? What if he even has a better year than Crosby? What are the Penguins going to do then? If he has a better year than Crosby, you kind of have to bring him back at that point. It's Gino. And we've seen this in other sports. I mean, Myles Garrett, Lucas, the Browns were dead set on moving on from him. Guess what? He just got extended. You can say the same thing about Chris Jones 2 years ago at the Chiefs. We thought he was out the door, but guess what? He was right back in it. So it's not unlikely that players don't resign and players don't return. But you could also say players come out of the blue out of nowhere. I'll go back to the Panthers for a second. We thought Brad Marchand would be a Boston Bruin for life, but guess what? He's now a Panther and he just won his second Stanley Cup. So there's a lot that could change in a small amount of time. If this is the real case, though, I wish Gino nothing but the best. I'm so happy. He's a 3-time Stanley Cup champion, future Hall of Famer, 4th best pen in Penguins history in my eyes. But at the end of the day, you got to do business. And if business is cutting ties with Gino, so be it.
Yeah, the only little thing I want to add to that, just overall, what you guys are saying, I'm gonna say I agree with. I know, being that guy, great. Anyway, but anyway, I'm trying to figure out the best way to word. I mean, with Gino having a good, sorry, I know you guys love to shout at me. Anyway, yeah, no, I mean, with this being said, about him having a good year last year, I mean, is that really saying a whole lot when damn near most of the rest of the team is kind of dog doo doo? You know what I mean? I think we've all seen the Penguins the last couple of years. We're not doing that great, and saying that like he's at a really good year. I'm not sure if it's saying a whole lot in terms of representing him when it is a team ever at the end of the day. But when the rest of the team is down, it's gonna make the good people look even better.
Yeah. Do you have any words, Picasso?
Picasso.
It's not even drawing over there. It's actually a good drawing too.
The hell, that's better than me.
He's drawing the mouse.
doodling.
It's a good doodle, actually. I like it.
Yeah, doodle.
He's doodling.
We'll
I doodled.
hang it up in here one day.
Yeah.
He's getting framed.
I gotta color it, bro. But
He's autistic.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, I am.
I
Could
know
be
you
autism
are.
buddies.
We're the Tism twins.
Yeah, autism.
Risen with the tism. Yeah.
Do you have any words about Malkins?
I don't.
No?
I don't know a lot
That's
about
fair.
how he's doing right
No, that's fair. Staying on the Penguins. I know you've covered it, I think, on here and on Steel City. New head coach.
Oh, Lord.
What do we think? Do you have anything to add about it? Or
I don't know a whole lot other
All right,
than
what
we got
is-
rid of
what is...
sorry,
I know
we
what's
got rid of
needed,
Sullivan. That's
but
the
I
only
don't
thing
know how
know
good
about.
he actually is.
I don't even remember his name. Who we got?
Well, it's Dan Muse is his name.
We'll stick to
The
our,
Moose?
we'll stick to our opinions
Moose?
right now.
We'll stick to the sports aficionado here.
It's the Moose.
Not the Moose, Muse.
The Moose.
Muse.
The Moose.
Moose.
Okay.
Yo, the Moose. He's from Canada.
Yeah,
I'll say
Canadian
this because
Moose.
even you know more than me
You got the
about
Moose.
this, so I'll just say my thoughts real quick.
Go ahead.
Sullivan is probably one of the greatest coaches in hockey right now. But the thing is, whenever you do the same thing, expecting different results with a team that's getting older and worse, and not bringing anybody new that's like a big shot, and getting rid of someone like Gensel, a scorer, nothing's gonna change in a good way. So, I know some people were like, "Oh, I can't believe you're getting rid of him." You know, the Stanley Cups, you know, the legendary career, but like, it's just getting too repetitive, and the team's going downhill without any good change. So I think that bringing someone that's going to be able to help our younger players more than just rely on our veterans is a good thing. I also don't think that this is a coach for the future, though, unless something like really works out with him. I don't think he's ever taking us to like the Stanley Cup area. I don't think we're making it far in the playoffs with him. I'd be happy to make it to like a round 2 with him, but I don't think we're really going to get much farther than that. So I think overall it's going to be a slight improvement over the next however many years, but I still think within 5 years or so we're probably going to be looking for another coach.
I kind of agree and disagree with your statement because you're kind of saying two different things right now. So here's the thing with Dan Muse. I agree that he's going to come in as the Penguins head coach and he's not going to really take us anywhere. He's a transition coach. That's what you're trying to say. He's a transition coach. He's going to be here for a couple of years. He's going to be able to work with the guys we currently have, possibly bring in some new talent, and then pass that on to the next coach who's going to take us to superstardom. That's exactly what happened when we went from Olczyk to Mike Sullivan. Once he took over, guess what? 2009 happened. We won the Stanley Cup Finals. The thing that I don't agree with you on is him working with younger talent. I don't believe we're going to have much young talent at all. We're going to have the same goalies going into next year. We're going to rely on Crosby, rely on the Tang, rely on Raquel, rely on Malkin. We're going to rely on a pretty similar team here. And I feel like that Dan Muse, with his connections already to the Metro by being a former assistant head coach with the New York Rangers, is really going to pay dividends and really help us out here. I'm sorry, what are you doing?
I'm paying my garbage bill real quick. I forgot to do it earlier.
I'm trying to talk about Dan Muser paying a bill.
Yeah, I hear Velcro.
listening.
I hear Velcro. My first thought is to look over at Jack. Jack's doing nothing except playing with his price tag. So I look over. Kevin has his wallet. He's pulling out a card.
You want to know the funniest part real quick? But my bill, because I just like started doing it, and I think just got at the end of the quarter. My garbage bill is $1.78. I'm still listening. I'm still a part.
Don't ever get on me for doing homework ever again. That's worse. He's paying a bill on the podcast.
I'm doing something productive.
I was too.
You took a test.
And I passed it.
Okay, so shut up me. I'm doing something.
All right, back to what you were saying.
Back to Dan
He's
Muse.
passing his bills.
Yeah.
Dan Muse.
The Moose.
He's not going to be the coach for the future. He's going to be the coach for the present. And I'm here to tell you right now that the players he's coming to work with the most is Crosby and Letang. If Gino's already on his way out the door, that just shows there's going to be more to follow. Don't be surprised if Letang is next. Crosby will be a Penguin for life. But something that was very interesting that was said in the Josh Getzoff interview with me and Josh a couple months back was, I thought you were about to sneeze. I was ready to say bless you. The thing we talked about was Mike Sullivan and how he's a legendary head coach. Things simply grew stale. That's why I was calling for Sullivan's job for so long. And again, getting that recognition from the Getzoff interview really meant a lot to me because that's something me and you, Lucas, has covered extensively, even well before you became a part of this podcast. I did a whole episode ranting on the Pittsburgh Penguins and talk about Mike Sullivan.
I remember.
And that episode actually did really well, by the way. But we talked about the Pens so much and so in depth, and now that we're finally starting to see this change that we've been calling for so long, really shows that change can happen in sports if you scream loud enough. And I believe Dan Muse is going to be beneficial for us, but don't expect a Stanley Cup at all during his tenure.
Screaming doesn't seem to help the Pirates.
Well, that's a whole different story, my friend. That's a whole different story. I'm in all Pirates gear, and I'm disappointed in them.
No, also, I do want to cover one more thing before we get off NHL, and I don't want to spend too long on it because it's just like rumor I've seen from a couple different people.
That's fine.
Nothing even from like insiders or anything.
Hit me with it.
But some people were saying, I forget the kid's name. There's someone in this upcoming draft projected to go 3 through 5, and people were saying that we should trade up to get him, sending away our first, our second, and Raquel to trade up and get this new kid.
No, not Raquel. If you're going to trade away maybe 2 firsts, I would be okay with it because I will say this draft is actually a pretty stacked draft, especially for the first round. But outside of that, I don't think if Raquel, Rust, and Crosby should not be touched.
I hated everything about it because it was like a mock one. I looked in the comments. I was scared with how much people said yes. I was scared for a rookie that did good in like college.
Can I say this? If you were to get rid of Raquel, now is the time to do it.
Because hot, yeah.
This is the time to get rid of Raquel because I don't believe the value will be there next year. I don't believe he's going to have as good of a year this year. I'm expecting a slump from him. Rust, if he can stay healthy, this is the years he should be having all the time. I mean, he's supposed to be the successor to Jake Gensel, for goodness sake, and he's done a great job at it when he's actually on the ice. Raquel, though, man, I mean, he really stepped up this year. So if you don't trust Raquel and you don't believe he's going to be there much longer, then yeah, trade him away and get this new guy and build for the future. I'm all for that. Me personally, though, I still see a lot that you can work with Raquel, so I think it's still too soon. But if you believe that this guy genuinely can be that next guy that takes over for a Crosby and a Gino, then do it.
Yeah. I'm pretty much where you are. Yeah. I'm pretty much with you on that one. I mean, I would hate to see Raquel go. I like Raquel a lot.
I would, but sometimes you got to invest in the future, and sometimes you got to take risks. So.
And it's also a risk because we could trade up for it before the draft, and like he might not even be there. So it's.
Listen, I'll use an NFL example for you. Alex Jones was the most trusted quarterback for a while for the Kansas City Chiefs. They were a consistent playoff team. They were like first round, second round exits. They draft Patrick Mahomes pretty high up in the draft. I think he was number 2 or 3. And no, he's 3. And a lot of people were saying, why would you draft a quarterback that high? We have a guy that can still win us games and still takes us to the playoffs every year. Guess what? Mahomes, ever since he got the start, he's not been benched since. And there's a reason for that. So if they believe that they can have a similar player, 3 Super Bowls later, 5 appearances, I mean, like, that's incredible. So if you believe you can have another guy that can take over your franchise, do it now while you still can. But if you still want to work with Raquel, which I believe they still can, keep him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did just want to do a little reminder real quick, and then I also want some feedback on a couple things real quick. So Austin, I just want to remind you, Sam Bingham did say you look like JFK. So good luck. Was that like?
That's great.
On episode 2, you can everyone go listen to the interview and hear Sam Bingham say, "Yeah, you do look like JFK. You're not being the allegations."
Oh, I still got I still have to get confirmation from a certain somebody if you actually looked at Canada. I forgot to share a picture I forgot to show her a picture of you in a suit yet. So just you wait.
Thanks, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Okay, now I wanted to do a little fun thing here. So I wanted to get 2 opinions. I don't know why I said feedback. It's opinions. So first of all, just in general on to Jagoffs, I want to know what everyone's favorite episode of all time is.
Oh.
Secondly, and you can include this one. It's not over yet, so be taking a risk. But I want to know what your guys' favorite Lucas carries is. We only have 4. This is the 4th one.
Including this one or not?
Including this one. You can include this one. It's only been
We're only 39 minutes.
39 minutes in. You can take a risk and say the rest of this episode is going to be pretty good with this new game show coming up, or you can say a different one. And promos are included in
Let's
that.
go around a circle. Start with Mr. Jack Team. You've been too quiet this episode.
Interesting.
We'll go in a
Yeah,
circle.
he's been Picasso over there.
I have. I've been doing my doodling.
So favorite episode and then favorite Lucas carries.
So the favorite.
Including the promo into the favoriteness for Lucas carries.
Should we just make that its own separate thing? Favorite promo too?
Alright, we can do favorite promo too. 3 things.
I got you. See?
Well, my favorite promo, I'll start with that one, was the one where I was like really sad in the corner.
What? That was such a good one.
That one was funny.
Because Austin wouldn't let him hit him with the chair. We were in here. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, laying on the table.
Yeah, that's my favorite promo. Favorite Lucas carries, I think, is this one just because I'm in it. Bias.
I will say, I think it's a pretty valid take. There's going to be some good stuff coming.
And I think, there was an episode I was in that was like super long.
I think it was the first blind ranking special.
Maybe? You think that? I think it was that one. It was one.
Are you talking about the? Oh my god! It's the one in your room. Whenever I literally walked out,
Yeah.
and then your sister came in.
Wasn't that blind rankings? From
That was blind rankings.
Yeah,
'Cause we had the
first
we had
blind-
the colors, and it was probably one of the most
Was it-
controversial things said on 2 Jagoffs.
It was either STBC or blind rankings. It was one of those.
I want to say it was
Yeah.
blind rankings
Yeah, those are my favorite ones.
because it was super last second too. Jack wasn't even supposed to be there. I walked out of the room. Your sister came in. She thought
Wasn't
we were
that
done.
Muffler Day?
Yeah, it was
Muffler
Muffler
Day.
Day. It was whenever his muffler fell off.
Yeah.
Do you remember what day it was? We need to like put it in the calendar to remind him every year.
There's 2
Austin's
things.
Muffler Day.
There's 2 things in my calendar already. There's like Octua Day.
Are
For
you
me
serious?
and him.
Bro.
For me and him doing this one thing like at like
What?
1 in the
Whoa,
morning.
whoa! What do you mean by that?
Excuse
Whoa,
me,
whoa!
what?
Just
No,
the meme.
stop.
Just the meme.
Uh-huh.
And then there's also new.
Yeah, that's
and
what
then-
they all say,
and
just
then-
the meme.
And then there's also New Management Day.
You gotta
said
make a
this.
muffler day, bro.
You're making us look bad, Lucas.
You gotta make
It's
a
true.
muffler day.
And they didn't even invite me. And I'm just
I
kidding.
think, I think
Anyway.
we said it on the podcast. I think we talked about this before.
I know.
That's crazy. I guess I'm next, huh? Or are you
But
done?
no, Jack didn't do his favorite or favorite Lucas. Oh, no, you did everything, right?
That's
Alright,
what
so the blind rankings that we don't remember. This one, and then your sad promo.
Well,
Yes.
me, I mean, my favorite episode, like, period, in terms of pure enjoyment of listening, was probably the Andrew Palace interview. I was so invested the entire time listening to that. My favorite Lucas carries, I mean, I would say this one, but it's not done yet. I'm going to say my favorite Lucas carries I've listened all the way through, probably Lucas carries 2. I really enjoyed Lucas carries 2. Favorite promo, I think, because I'm trying to, like, keep it like me not actually involved to keep bias away. I'm gonna probably say the one where Lucas speared you and chopped you at
fun
your
one.
dad's place. That was a really good promo. I like
Yeah.
that.
There you go.
Okay. Alright, well, favorite Lucas carries, I probably have to agree. Lucas carries 2 was a fun one, and the promo itself was good too because that was the original one where you hit me with a chair.
Yep.
And you put me through boxes, and that was such a fun recording day. Like that day couldn't have gone any better. I feel like today's gonna be on track for another good day as well. Favorite promo, dude, there are so many good ones. I still love the phone call one that you did because I remember you called me out of the blue and you're like, Austin, I have an idea. And you called me on my way home from watching the Elimination Chamber at my uncle's house in Bellevue. And I literally pulled over in a CVS parking lot just to watch the promo, and I thought it was great. I was like, Lucas, post it tomorrow. That's phenomenal. But that's not my favorite. All the ones where I take bumps, the Orange Coke skits are always fun. I mean, there are so many good ones out there, but if I gotta be 100% honest, the one that I constantly go back and watch time and time again has probably gotta be Lucas Carries 2, the original one where you hit me with a chair and you put me through the boxes, just because it was so on point. Everything was perfect, the chair shot, the choke slam, the screaming. I love it a lot. But every promo that I take a bump in is probably gonna be my favorite. This promo that we do today might be my new favorite, depending on how it goes, question mark. Episode.
I got something planned.
You got something planned?
Okay.
Episode, though, It's hard to disagree with Kevin. Andrew Palace was a fun one, but if I'm talking like overall episodes, I'm not gonna lie to you. This past year's Super Bowl special with me, you, my dad, and Jack was a really good one. That was the best episode of the year so far. Right behind, I know Andrew Palace is one now. Super Bowl specials too, just from this year, from 2025. Super Bowl special was always a fun one. I think I would either have to say Super Bowl special or Palace. Those are probably my two.
Yeah, for me, my favorite promo, I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, the first ever Ask Austin Anything promo that I did for you, the edit, that one was, like, so good for its time. I mean, the Lucas Carey's promos are... The second one's my favorite. The first one, I was disappointed in after I rewatched it.
The Snickers one, too, is really funny.
I was about to say that. The second one's got to be my favorite. The third one, it was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed that one a lot. And then this one today, I got some stuff planned for it. Favorite episode of all time. I mean, I can't say Lucas Carey's because that's already one of the topics, but it would probably be Lucas Carey's just because I have so much fun coming up with it. The first ever time I hosted, it was this or that with Jack. That was like my introduction. That was a good one. Andrew Palace was a really good one. Yeah, and then the Snickers one, like you said, for promos, I forgot about that one actually. That one was really good. The one where Kevin drank it and then you punted his Coke.
That was such a good one.
That was
I love
so
that one.
fun to make. That was such because I didn't know how that was gonna look. Like I thought, and we got that like first take too.
Yeah, that was the best part. It was a one and done. It was great.
It was honestly one of the most simple ones too. Is whenever we did like what was the better trade, Austin or Jack?
That's funny.
Acquiring that one was really good. And it was so simple.
The draft promo with my dad was fun too.
That one was good. Yeah.
Did the one where he had a wig on?
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
I don't know. Yeah, one of those has to be my favorite ones.
I mean, we can't forget about the one where you had to wear a Chiefs gear and ring the cowbell too. That was
That was funny. I was there for that.
That's still on my phone.
that one was good.
That's gonna be a Christmas order, but just you wait.
Hey, same with me doing push-ups in my kitchen. That was a good
That
one
one was
too.
good too. Yeah. All right. So, I think it's time we go into some game shows.
Oh no.
That's gonna be interesting because we're gonna start with blind rankings, and all three of you have to do this. So, Picasso, I'm gonna need you to stop drawing for a second.
Yeah,
It
stop.
does actually look good though.
Why?
I will say it does look good.
I'm just
working
getting
so
my folders so
hard.
we can write. What is blind rankings? You talk.
Huh?
You talk.
I'm waiting for you guys all to get ready. No one's ready to write down the stuff yet.
I have the thing to write the thing.
All right.
I have the thing.
On this?
I'm giving you paper.
Oh.
Talk, Lucas. I'm trying to stall for you.
Huh?
Talk. I'm trying to stall.
I'm ready. You guys aren't ready to write it down.
We're good.
All right, because I'm just going right into it. Your first one for you guys. YouTube.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
You gotta say it out loud, guys.
Yeah, you gotta say where you put it. At.
YouTube.
Where are you putting it at 1 through 5?
Oh.
You actually said YouTube out loud.
1.
1.
I have to agree.
1.
I watch it too much.
I'm not trying to stick with the trend, but I agree. It's 1. I'm on YouTube every day.
Same.
Instagram.
Has to be a 2.
3.
3.
3. I have
Uh,
a hot take for Instagram.
Hopefully you don't
All
put
right,
my
two.
All right,
website
Mo boy.
on
I'd
here.
say 2.
2.
2.
TikTok.
5.
5.
3 for me.
Snapchat.
Oh, 4.
Yeah, I've never used that.
5.
In fact, I don't even have it.
X.
Fair. 3. I
Okay.
hate all that.
What are you putting at?
You mean Twitter?
What do you have it at, Austin?
I'm done.
What do you have it at?
Oh, 2.
What do you have it at?
2.
4.
All right, here's my list. So currently I have YouTube 1, X 2, Instagram 3, Snapchat 4, TikTok 5. 2 of the platforms stink. I'm just going to say that right now. Snapchat and TikTok is awful. I'm not going to use them.
Guy.
I only use TikTok for social media purposes. Snapchat is a waste of time. So Snapchat's going to go down to 5. TikTok can go up to 4. The first 3, YouTube, X, Instagram, I'm going to keep YouTube 1 because you got YouTube Shorts, you got YouTube videos, you got podcasting, you got music. YouTube has everything. So I'm going to go with number 1. I actually have premium for it because how much I use it. So YouTube's going to stay at number 1. I'm not going to lie, I just started using X recently. It's pretty worth it for the career I'm getting into. There's a lot of good networking opportunities, a lot of good stuff you can put out there, but I don't think it's better than Instagram because I do use Instagram a lot. Over the years, I've started to like Facebook more than Instagram, so if you would have gave me Facebook, Lucas, I actually probably would have put it above Instagram just how much more active I am on there now. Instagram, I kind of only use it to post life updates and promos. That's really about it. So Instagram's going to go up to number 2 for the simple fact that Reels can be fun every once in a while, especially when you're at work and you're just screwing off. X is going to go down to 3, though. So I'm going to put YouTube 1, Instagram 2, X 3, TikTok 4, Snapchat 5.
Well, I mean, I don't agree with my list because of how you lay it out. Anyway, I mean, one is YouTube. I'm on that every day. I have that. I'd rather watch that I'd rather watch that than.
Wait, what's your
cable.
current list?
Oh, sorry. 1 is YouTube, 2 is Instagram, 3 is X, 4 is Snap, 5 is TikTok. Unfortunately, anyway, but yeah, I'm on YouTube every day. I would rather pay for that if I did pay for it than, I mean, geez, what do they want anymore for cable? Like at least $100, and even more if you want to have a sports channel. It's crazy. 2 is Instagram. That's where I talk. That's where I talk to at least like all of you guys. That's where I talk to mainly everyone. 3 is unfortunately Twitter. Didn't want it there, but that's where it ended up. 4 is Snap. I don't even have it. I haven't used it in years. And then 5 is TikTok, which it was okay. I'm not a big fan of that site at all.
What's your new list?
Oh, like what I would rather have it?
Yeah, what's your new list?
Oh, well, my new list would be YouTube, Instagram. X would probably stay the same, and then 4 would be TikTok because I did use that more frequently than Snap, and Snap is 5 because I literally have not used that in.
So just the last
years.
2 are getting swapped.
Basically.
Mr. Jackie.
Okay, for mine, number 1 is YouTube. Number 2, Instagram. 3, TikTok. 4, X. And 5, Snapchat. I'll swap Snapchat and X.
Alright.
And everything else is good.
For mine, I actually have Instagram 1. I use it a lot. That's how I talk to most of my friends. I'm a doom scroller. I scroll for way too long.
We know. 5 a.m. over here.
Yeah.
I just find the funniest things on there. I love Instagram a lot. For someone that used to use it like a couple times a week, if that.
I wake up in the morning to 25 different reels sent to me.
I have to like mute the chat sometimes. Like, stop buzzing! I just hear it next to my head while I'm trying to see you. Shut up!
I have YouTube too. I use it a lot, but not nearly as much as I used to. I actually have Snap 3. I use it to talk to like all my friends. Really, all my friends use it, so I'm on it a lot. TikTok 4 and X5 just because I don't use X at all. And TikTok, I used to use TikTok more than I use Instagram now, but ever since it got banned for a while and I switched to Instagram, I've just never gone back to TikTok because that like 1 or 2 months, I forget how long it was, literally screwed up my For You page so bad, like nothing was relevant anymore. And
That was
Instagram, I was trying to follow everyone I actually like on there, so.
That was actually the last time I had TikTok was when they quote unquote banned it and then it came back. I just never re-downloaded it. I'm like, really? I didn't want to go through it again.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Alright, so I have some more, but I'm actually gonna move on for a little bit now. Just move on to some other game shows.
Great. I'm just kidding.
So we have an STBC.
Oh.
Oh my.
Start trade venture cut.
Hold on. I gotta redo my thing here. STBC. Okay.
Alright, so now for this one, remember I give you all of them first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we have blind rankings.
Great.
Lucas carries. Ask Austin anything. And our NFL weekly predictions episode.
Oh, this is an easy one. Who's going first?
We'll start off with Jack.
Well, let's go around the circle like last time.
I need to think.
Kevin?
I'm still writing.
Austin. Go with Austin. We'll do a reverse circle this time.
Great. Okay, well...
You're a part of all these, so you should know the best.
If you're not starting the NFL weekly predictions, you're not a real fan of 2 Jagoffs. That is the best weekly content that we put out every single week. You cannot compare it to Lucas Carries. You cannot compare it to Ask Austin Anything. You cannot compare it to Blind Rankings. Unless you're not a sports fan, the NFL weekly predictions is the best content that we put out. I would argue it's even better than the interviews at times because of the debates, because of our love for professional football, and because of our love for each of our teams. And the fact that every single person that's on is a fan of a different team brings an unbiased perspective. You have a Steelers fan, a Cardinals fan, and a Chiefs fan debating every single week what teams are winning. And I feel like that right there, I feel like that right there is what really makes the episode great. Lucas Carries is an easy bench because any game show that you compare to Lucas Carries, you just can't because they can all be in a Lucas Carries.
Yeah.
I will say the NFL weekly predictions beats it by a mile. I don't think it's a close comparison at all. I know that's a debate me and Lucas might share later on, but Lucas, no offense to your episode is amazing, but Lucas Carries can never do as much for our podcast as the weekly predictions does. It's a fan favorite every single year. It's our best time of year in terms of content and views. I really love what we have planned with the NFL season coming up. But Lucas Carries, man, for this time of year where it's typically dead, it's doing a good job at reviving the podcast, which is why I freaking love it. And what you're doing today is amazing. So that's why it's going to the bench. I would never get rid of it. Here's the thing with blind rankings. You can do blind rankings in a Lucas Carries. So it's going to get traded away. It's still a valuable episode. It's still amazing. Jack, you've been on it. Kevin, you've been on it.
Yay.
But I'm going to just say it has to get traded. And ask Austin anything, even though it's my show. I'll be honest. Everyone's asked me practically every question at this point. It's hard to get more now. Lucas, you came in clutch getting a bunch of questions from me last time, but I don't think we could do it for a while. I think we got to take a strong break, so it's going to get cut. So NFL Weekly Predictions get started. Lucas Carries benched. Blind Rankings traded. Ask Austin anything cut. If you guys don't have NFL Weekly starting, you guys have not listened. But go ahead.
Anyway, I have a good option. I mean, if you have to wait for Ask Austin anything, I mean, you can always do Ask Kevin anything. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, ask Kevin anything.
Ask Lucas anything.
Ask Lucas anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
We can just do it with random Jagoff Mafia members.
I mean,
Ask
even if you
someone
do it
anything.
once, that's an episode.
Ask a Jagoff anything.
Yeah, really.
So, Kevin.
Anyway, okay.
I
well,
like that. Ask a Jagoff anything.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that could be. I like that.
We'll put that inside of the Lucas Carries.
Yeah, sorry, that caught me off guard. I like that though. Anyway, Austin's really is not gonna like me about this, but anyway, I mean, as you guys know, I'm not exactly a big sports guy.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm going to start Lucas Carries
Oh.
just
yeah.
just because that's what is enjoyable to me. I don't know really. I mean,
Oh, I love
I don't.
my ego gets fed.
I don't know jack shit about like anything with sports. I just don't. I know a little bit of what goes on with the Penguins, but because we're A, doo-doo, and then B, because I don't even have a channel to watch it, I'm not even really caught up with that. I'm going to trade the NFL predictions. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Trade?
It is pretty valuable.
That's why there's value to it. I'm not like axing it, but like I mean it'll still exist.
Fine.
Sorry.
At least it's not cut.
It's his
It's not getting cut.
opinion.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
it's
Ray.
opinion
He
based.
can have his own opinion.
See,
Hey,
Mr. Carhan.
it's opinion based, just the same as
Boss's
I
muffler.
think Blood of the Dead is D tier. Anyway, I'm going.
Do we need to revamp that beef over there?
No, calm down.
Do you want it?
I'm going to.
Calm down, everyone. Calm down. You calm down.
Anyway, so I'm going to bench blind rankings because I do agree with Austin. You can do it honestly with any episode that you do. You can even do a blind ranking in Austin anything. You could if you wanted to. So it's not really limited to anything.
No point.
You could do it whenever. It doesn't matter. It's always there. I'm going to cut Ask Austin anything because I agree with the same. I mean, there's only so many questions you can ask the same guy when you're trying to do it. Well, how often do you try to do it? Like once a month?
Yeah, that's what
We were, but not anymore.
So, 'cause, I mean,
Starting now, pretty much we're not doing it once a month.
because like I tried to give some the first time around. I was just making up stuff because I mean, I've known him for almost a decade now. I know everything about him. It's hard for me to just ask a random question. You know what I mean?
Okay, Austin, what did you have for lunch yesterday?
Yeah, really. And then the other half of it too is I think the other half falls on people also giving in questions. From what I remember, the last few times you did, I don't think a lot of people really gave questions.
No, we got bulk questions from people, and that's what helped.
So it's hard for me to find value in that.
Check.
I'm not mad at that. Oh, Lord, save us all.
He will. He's right here.
Are you sure?
I'm starting
I don't
Lucas
see black
Carries.
Jesus.
Right? Obviously, come on now. I'm not a sports fan. Lucas Carries is better, in my opinion.
Oh, my ego.
New man.
My ego's nice and full today.
You stretch your stomach.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Do you want to talk?
I do agree. I am trading blind rankings. It. Good.
What? Nothing's going on.
Continue, please.
I'm trading blind
Please.
rankings. I feel like it has the most value while also not taking anything away at the same time. You're basically giving something away and then keeping it in Lucas Carries anyway.
Okay.
So you're trading something, getting value, and then keeping it.
Watch it now.
Benching NFL.
You're what?
Benching the NFL.
Weekly.
Yeah, weekly NFL. Because I'm in. That's essential. So, and I'm cutting Ask Austin Anything because at this point, we have no more questions. It got rid of the audio, so we can't
Yeah, that's true.
have audio questions.
That's the
anymore.
downfall of it, and it sucks because there was
Yeah,
like
I
one
think that
had
was the
it.
worst part of that.
Yeah.
Actually.
We
Not
like barely
like-
ever got to use that feature because it was gone as soon as we
Mhm.
figured it out. So.
Yeah, like that was. I feel like that was the best part was hearing
If
people
we
actually
still had that, I think Ask Austin Anything would be so much better than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% agree with you. Jack, that's not a bad list. It's not bad.
Thank
I don't agree with it, but it's not a bad list.
Yeah, I'm gonna start weekly predictions. Bench Lucas
really?
Carries. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a sports fan. Come on now. Bench Lucas carries. It's easily the second best thing we produce here because I can do anything I want with it, and there's still so many directions I can take it that we haven't gone to yet. Because this is the first time we've actually had guests on Lucas carries, so we're just cracking into the possibilities. It also produces the best promos in my opinion. I'm gonna cut Ask Austin anything. I'm not repeating it. Everyone's already said it. And I'm going to trade Blind Rankings.
Oh, so you have the same one as me.
Yeah.
Cool. That's not a bad one, Lucas. That's actually a really good one. The NFL Weekly Predictions was a swerve at the end. I'm not gonna lie. That was a swerve.
So next up, I wanted to talk about something that Jack unfortunately. I mean, you can talk about it, but like you're not gonna be able to do as much. IWC.
I'll doodle over here.
That's a what?
IWC.
I'll do some doodling.
It's coming up.
It is coming up
Kevin,
this weekend.
Kevin, we're going.
Well, I know we're going. I'm
He's
taking
not.
you with me.
Yeah, he's not going, so he didn't go.
Loser.
I'm going on vacation.
And
bro.
he'll be on vacation.
Where you
He
going?
didn't get.
The beach.
The beach. Okay.
Outer Banks.
Sorry, I had to ask. I didn't know.
Going to the Outer
And he
Banks.
wasn't at the last one either, so he's not really kept up with it. Thoughts? Going into it, I think that this has a chance to be one of our favorite events that we've been to. I think.
I swear, if the one I don't go to, the belt's taken from him.
That's what I hope it does.
He's alluding into the fact that the WWE fan inside of me and inside of most people says that Bill should lose this match against Duke.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
all
think
points to a new champion. But that's also the WWE fan in me. This is IWC. It's a different company, different way of running it. Because some people would say he already should have lost it if he was in a different business, but he's not. So what do you think? I want to get your thoughts first. I don't care my thoughts right now.
I mean, see, it's funny because we did actually already talk about this on
Inside the ring.
Inside the Ring. However, I mean, I'll just say exactly what I did there. I mean, given who he like Bill Collier has beat, he's beaten everybody else. He's beaten everyone else. If there's someone who can beat him and take a title away, the last one standing in his way is Duke. He's because if Duke doesn't get him, then who else is? They're just gonna have to go through the cycle again of just trying again. And then with it being in a steel cage, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to escape.
Here's my problem if he does win. The fact that Gannon should have beat him, but there was interference, and the ref got knocked out. Duke should have beat him, but there was interference. You could argue Palace had a good chance of beating him, but there was lots of interference.
There always is, because Plumber... good, sorry.
There physically cannot be interference this time, unless they
Yes.
break into the cage, which they shouldn't do unless IWC does not know how to run a wrestling business. They just shouldn't be able to interfere with this.
Someone's going to come out of the ring, I swear. They're just going to come from
Like
under the ring.
like
and
I
they're just
said,
gonna-
there's no logical way to have someone interfere. And so here's my two problems. If they do have someone interfere, people are sick of it. Alright, him winning by interference, it's boring. You've already done it like 4 times.
Mhm.
But if he wins this match legitly, whenever he should have lost already, you're now making Duke look weak. Who IWC already doesn't know how to schedule Duke and Gannon. Every other company lets them be a powerful duo that wins a lot. They make them lose like every time in IWC to Bill.
Dude, they're tag champs and enjoy.
Yeah.
Like everywhere else, they're a badass wrestling team. But here, they make them look like losers. But the thing is, they kind of keep it okay because they're losers by interference and unlucky things happening to like the ref. So if you have Duke lose legitly here, you kind of kill off Duke. So I don't see a good way to make Duke lose this match. And Bill's time is up. Let's be honest. No one wants Bill to be champion. And once you have a champion that nobody even likes, like even people that like heels are starting to fall off of, you shouldn't keep him as champion.
Yeah, I mean...
And everyone loves Duke. They're so in for Duke. They're behind Duke.
Look, here's my thoughts on this match, and I want to talk about the Jamie Gannon match in a second too, if that's okay, just because it kind of ties into this one a little bit. Duke Davis has nobody right now because Andrew Palace is going to have his hands tied in that tag team match with Anthony Katina and Cannon Christopher. Justin Plummer is going to be the key factor in this match. Where is he going to play? Is he going to come and take that shirt off and become a ref again? Is he going to slide something into the cage? Is a big-time Bill Collar's advantage? Again, just because they're in a steel cage, we got to remember there's still no disqualification. So if there's going to be interference in a match, this is the match for it because, Lucas, me and you both know that although the steel cage is supposed to contain both wrestlers, when you have two behemoths like big-time Bill Collier and like the meta-human Duke Davis, it's going to be hard to contain that. My thoughts on this match right here is this is the biggest build of the year by far for IWC. This is a feud that has gone on since last year. And if you remember last year, Kevin, we discussed this on Inside the Ring, Duke Davis actually used to be with Justin Plummer. Plummer was with Duke Davis and turned on him to align himself with big-time Bill Collier. Bill Collier was already world champion for a year and a half at that point. Those other 6 months that he's been champ, has been with Justin Plummer. So if big time Bill Collier was so dominant on his own for that year and a half as a face, imagine how he can be for another year and a half by aligning himself with Justin Plummer. He's beaten Andrew Palace. He's beaten Gannon Jones Jr. He has beaten practically every single member of this roster, including Duke Davis twice before. Interference or not, he has one up on Davis. If Duke Davis does not win the championship this Saturday, I don't see anybody else doing so. Big time Bill Collier. Lucas, from your standpoint, I agree. I believe he should drop it. Again, I don't want to give my thoughts too much on it because I am going to be up there running camera. And I got
you know some stuff that no one else knows, so yeah.
Actually, I don't. It is top secret information right now. Not even yours truly knows it. Yep. I'll find out tonight, actually, on Zoom probably. But anyway, long story short, I believe now should be the time Duke takes over from the wrestling fan perspective in me. But at the same time, you got to remember, man, if big time Bill Collier was winning that much on his own, imagine how much more he can win with help.
It's just the problem that, like, nobody can even backbone. Like, everyone's just sick of it. Like, I mean, during heels, people don't like you, but, like, you still get engagement with it. It's to the point now where people are just tired of seeing you Bill so much. Like, if you can't get behind it, you got to make a business move. And right now, it's starting to lose some people.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, because I wanted to chime in too. Like what you guys were saying before, you guys were on an absolute roll. What you guys were saying before about, like, I think the only way someone can actually interfere with this match is if someone climbs up and over that steel cage, or they somehow manage to, like, arise from in the middle of the ring like the Undertaker did.
Break through the door too, probably.
Or that, you know.
Yeah, that too.
But still, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I really hope there isn't any interference, but if there is, I hope it's at least both sides. That way, it's not just, you know, the same thing over again, like Plummer helping.
That's the thing. Like, it's getting so boring watching Bill wrestle because it's just, you know that there's gonna be interference for him. This is the one chance to actually see a fight. I hope he loses, honestly. Even if he wins fair, it's still going to be boring because it's just, you're going to see him again. You know there's going to be interference in the future matches, so.
Interference or not, expect this to be a bloodbath. This is a grudge match. Both wrestlers want to get their hands on each other. It's going to be physically demanding. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it, too.
Yeah.
So, okay, I don't want to take over. I just
No, you want to say something?
I didn't know if you had Gannon or Jamie planned or not. I know that's your boy right there.
I mean, theoretically, there should be no interference, but it depends how they take the match.
Can I share an opinion that I shared with him on Inside the Ring with Gannon and Jamie? So me and Kevin had a nice discussion about this. We spent about a good, probably 20 minutes on it, honestly.
Yeah.
Kevin was on the side that Gannon Jones Jr. should win this match, no problems asked. I said I wouldn't be surprised if Jamie Jamison takes the win here, and here's the reason why. This is a different Jamie Jamison. If you remember correctly, Jamie Jamison was coming off of two massive feuds. One of them against Victor Benjamin, the other against Mandime Elijah Dean. He just finally won the reset button. He won the rights to the reset button after that bloodbath of a match with Elijah Dean. He was ready to cash in. Same night, same place, still bloodied, still with staples in his head. And he went out to the ring, and guess who costed him his first World Heavyweight Championship in the company? Guess who costed him his first ever title? Gannon Jones Jr. So if there's anybody out there that's fighting and has nothing to lose, it's Jamie Jamison. You can say Xander could be a big part of it. You could say that the vengeance that he has inside is a part of it. But he has a lot to fall back on. Gannon Jones Jr. has absolutely nothing. He has everything to lose. Because guess what? Duke Davis, his buddy, TME, he has a main event world title match in a steel cage you got to worry about. Jamie Jamison, on the other hand, he has a fire under his ass. And I guarantee you he's going to take that out on Gannon Jones Jr. So can the All-Star perform? Can the All-Star perform like an All-Star? We'll have to wait and see. I'm rooting for my boy Gannon. I love him. I know you got your bottle. You got the bottle
signed by Duke and Gannon.
By both members of TME.
I got lucky. Duke was walking away and said, yeah, I'll sign it real quick.
But I wanted to add that on while we're talking about IWC because, Lucas, that is a match to watch. Honestly, that match might be as good, if not better, than the Steel Cage if done correctly. It's going to be a war. It's called The Last Stand for a reason.
I think the accountant should win the title.
CPA?
The accountant guy.
Yeah, CPA.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to CPA.
That,
I just saw a thing of him. He's actually booked to do a show this Saturday in New Jersey.
That's crazy. He can stay there.
Well, I thought this would be a little fun thing to talk about. I mean, we're not going to talk too much about it because this is like some behind-the-scenes work, but I thought coming off of IWC would be fun. Me and Austin are actually going to be doing our own wrestling match.
Yeah, you guys don't even know this.
He knows a little bit.
You pitched the idea, and we never got further in that because I think you were questioning what my involvement was going to be in it. But continue.
So we're not going to talk too much about it, but you know, Austin's obviously getting more involved in wrestling, so he thought it would be a better idea to just get a little foot in the door than doing a wrestling match. Well, who's the guy that loves to beat him up and is capable of beating him up? This guy.
Safely.
Safely.
Yeah, I would actually kill him.
Yeah.
On accident.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing the wrestling match. It will obviously we're not gonna share too many details because that's still being one scripted. Two, we don't want to tell you the whole match or else you wouldn't have to go watch it. But that's gonna be more of like a personal YouTube things. Obviously, we're gonna share the link and stuff whenever it is out. We're not gonna like gatekeep it or anything. Once it's out, we want people to see it. We want as many people to see it as we can. But let's just say we have our favorite cameraman sitting over there with that good looking.
Oh, I'm cameraman.
Yes, you
You
are.
are cameraman.
Oh man.
And we have our referee sitting right next to you.
Oh yeah.
Who's gonna be commentator? Because you have to have if you're gonna do wrestling match, you
I
have to
thought
have
it would be.
commentator.
I thought it'd be funny if I commentated over it afterwards.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
that's
probably
fine.
gonna do a voiceover commentation. I might be there too. Who knows?
Okay, because like wrestling is a whole different thing if you don't have a commentator.
Well, Palace said it best.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We're probably gonna be like
completely
a
different.
commentating duo. Do a little voiceover for it. It's gonna be fun though, but yeah, it's gotta get scripted, it's gotta get practiced, and then it's gonna get finalized. So I'll just say this right now: the release date, we're about to be like we're probably gonna turn to a gaming company and like say like 74 different release dates, but it is supposed to hopefully be done by August.
I got something better than me and you on commentary. What if I send it over my good buddy Joe Dombrowski, a professional wrestling commentator, and I'll let him commentate over it?
You
That would
think he
actually be a
could do
great
that?
idea.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
he's a commentator.
I
If he
would love
does
that,
it,
actually.
if he does it, easily him. If not me, and you will do it.
I'm doing it. It's official.
I just cracked your knuckle for like the 40th time today.
I know, you cracked every knuckle in my hand.
Well, I think it's time we do a brand new game show.
Oh my.
Ooh.
We're an hour 10 in, don't want to go too far in. There's a lot that's been cut out of this episode, but we went on a lot of side rants, so I'm okay with it. So yeah, we have a new game show. I'm actually pretty happy about this one. I think that we're gonna have some fun with this, and all three of you are gonna be participating, obviously.
Okay.
The name of this game show is Airball Opinions.
What?
In this game show, I'm gonna give you a topic, and you guys have to give me your worst takes for it. Terrible takes. For
I'm
example,
good at that.
if I give the topic of Tom Brady, I'd say that he's one of the worst passers of all time, or something like that. I think Brock
Does
Purdy.
it have to be true?
No, you're just supposed to give terrible takes.
Okay, so just BS pretty much.
And
Yes.
I could
Do
also
not-
say
do
I
not
could
bring
also
up love
I
again.
could also say something like Brock Purdy's a better quarterback, or is gonna be a better quarterback, is gonna be a better Hall of Famer, something like that. Terrible takes for the topics I'm gonna give you.
I'm really good at that.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna throw it on the spot. We're gonna rapid fire some of these off. We're gonna start off with Austin, and then we're just gonna move down the line,
Just say whatever you want.
and then we'll go back. Tacos.
Oh, wait,
Tacos.
am I supposed to like say like they?
Terrible take. All
Sorry?
three of you are gonna do the same topic, but tacos. You're gonna start off.
Tacos are great for breakfast.
I absolutely love the way it comes out of me.
Okay.
Thanks, Kev.
Tacos are great to be used as a football.
2 Jagoffs.
Honestly, one of the most overrated podcasts of all time.
Yeah, I just it's so hard to listen to every day, especially when you have to hear this guy all the time.
I'd say 2 people. That's too many.
Two
People
Jagoffs
too many. Austin Carnes.
You know what? That guy can be a little cocky at times.
It's really upsetting. Every time I look out, I just cannot stop thinking of JFK and Ellen DeGeneres. It's crazy.
He's thinner than I am.
What? Wait, what? No. Time out. What'd you say?
He's thinner than I am. JFK.
Should have been a Republican. You said hot takes.
I did say.
A hot take. No, I do. I'm gonna get canceled. Okay, actually, you're good at him. I actually
Go to him.
something else real quick.
He does not look anything like Austin Carhenge.
That is a terrible take.
Lyndon B. Johnson should have just taken over to begin with.
Oh, that's a good one.
Golf.
Best sport of all time.
It is so much fun watching it.
It's the most athletic thing I've ever seen.
So horrible.
Football.
Eh.
Bro. Sorry, that's the last thing I thought I was gonna.
That's a hot take. Who says football?
Best thing on TV, for sure.
I could make a baby play the game and they won't get hurt.
Concussions, what are those?
Hockey.
Rather watch Young and the Restless.
Tennis is better.
It'd be better on grass.
This is so stupid.
Sheets.
Gecko's better.
I'd rather eat a busted down 7-Eleven.
The food's never cooked.
Bro.
Kevin.
What, him?
Kevin Homa.
I hate you so much.
I didn't repeat it myself. I'm the
I made
skinniest.
him do Austin Carnes.
I'm the skinniest one in the whole room.
Looks like he's been lifting every day of his life.
A car wash.
The car wash? It doesn't do the right job.
It's a fantastic place to shower.
It's the fastest way to clean your car, I guess.
I was gonna say it's too expensive.
I don't know.
Vacuum cleaners.
Just use a dustpan.
I don't know, he's a leaf blower.
It's super quiet.
Cartoons.
Overrated.
Damn.
Oh god, Teen Titans Go was the best one ever.
Oh no. Oh my god. They look super realistic. I don't know. Dude, I can't think super quickly.
Hats.
Oh my god.
I need more.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, Mr. 300. I could totally go a day without wearing a hat.
I don't think I've ever seen you not in a hat.
I know.
Hatch would be better somewhere else on me.
That would be better. That would be better.
Instagram.
Snapchat's better.
I'd rather use. What's the knockoff of Skype? There was a knockoff of Skype.
Zoom.
Yeah, I'd rather use Zoom.
Sucks ass.
This is so horrible.
I can't think quickly. Oh my god.
Socks.
Huh?
Socks.
Honestly, you could use them for gloves.
No, you took mine.
Really?
I was gonna say sock puppets.
I would rather put socks on the outside of my shoes.
Socks should be the name of a sweater.
What?
WWE.
AEW is on top. WWE is stale. Triple H needs to retire.
WWE is definitely fake.
IWC is run better.
Oh my god, that's the worst one yet.
Alright, and for the final one,
Final one already.
Lucas Kunz's ego.
You know what? I don't think it's really that bad.
That is, I guess it's not that bad.
It's non-existent. He doesn't have one.
So what do you guys think of the new game show, Airball
That was
Opinions?
fantastic. At least he didn't bring up Blood and Dead. I'm so thankful.
I love that day, so you didn't have to
Oh my
bring it
god.
up.
It was
Okay.
fun. I'm not good at it though.
You like it?
I did.
You think it could come back?
For Lucas
Yeah, that was
Carey? Oh, yeah.
fun and chaotic, so I like it, actually.
I thought that one was pretty good. I like that
That
one.
was fun. That was fun.
You guys want me to run through some more game shows real quick that I had?
I was
Do
hoping
that
you'd have more of that
We
one.
got a couple more minutes, huh?
Give a couple. Why not?
I don't have any more of that one, but I have a couple more just like...
Let's have some fun.
Alright. We'll go back to blind rankings real quick.
Uh-oh.
Tacos.
Oh, I have to write down the numbers real quick.
I'll be honest. I'm not really a big taco fan. I've recently been really digging Taco Bell lately. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't really ever get tacos. I'm more of a burrito kind of guy, so I'm gonna stick them down at number 4 just because I'm very picky with food and I have a feeling you're gonna give me something worse.
Talk is number 1.
This is in fact a 1 through 5, right?
Yeah.
I put him at 3, right in the middle.
Pizza.
I don't think you can go wrong with pizza. I'm gonna stick it right at number 1. If you mess up a pizza, that's honestly kind of sad.
Pizza number 2.
I'm putting it at number 2 just in case there is something better for number 1.
Steak.
There it goes, number 1. You
Honest-
make a good steak, dude, I will do whatever you want.
Number 2, you can do a lot with steak. You can put it in stir fry. You can put it in a burrito. You can just have it on its own.
Number 3 for me.
Hoagies.
Ooh.
I think I'd solid 5. It depends what you put on it. If you like pile mushrooms on it, I'm sorry, I'm killing you.
I hate mushrooms.
Yeah, I have to put number 5.
I'll put a 3. Hoagies are hard to mess up.
Pasta.
Oh,
That-
I'm
that's
so
a good
happy.
4.
4, yeah.
I like my
5,
rice.
no.
Alfredo? Man, you want to bribe me? There you go.
you can start.
Alright.
Alright, Jack.
My number 1's tacos, number 2 pizza, number 3 steak, number 4 pasta, and number 5 is hoagies.
You changed anything?
I am gonna be changing pasta and steak. I'm gonna swap them.
Alright.
I like pasta.
Alright, I'm just keeping my list the same because I think this is perfect. Number 1 is steak, number 2 is pizza, 3 is tacos, 4 is pasta, and 5 is hoagies.
I have pizza 1, steak 2, hoagies 3, taco 4, pasta 5. I am completely changing this list. Number 1 will be steak. I think steak is so versatile you can pretty much put it anywhere.
Oh my.
Number
You
2.
get yours well done, bro.
I
No,
call
I'm
him
sorry.
crazy.
I am calling you out.
Not
Continue.
recently. I got a filet mignon at the Brazilian steakhouse, and it was
Good.
nice.
Yeah, you better than do. If you got that well done, I would have. Dude, oh, I'm sorry. You can only.
What do you get your steak?
Medium.
Medium.
So good.
Number 2 is pasta because of the amount of different variations there are. Also, the inner Italians in me coming out, so I love this
Yeah,
pasta.
pasta.
Number 3 is pizza because it's reliable. You can get it practically any time. Shout out to Sunsets. Number 4 is hoagies because it's hard to mess up. And 5 is tacos. Again, I'm more of a burrito guy.
My number 1 is tacos. My number 2 is pizza. My number 3 is hoagies. My number 4 is steak, and my number 5 is pasta. I'm not a huge steak guy anymore. It just hasn't been hitting the same recently.
What?
I like
Steak.
deer meat more.
It just hasn't been hitting the same anymore.
Not getting the right
And my
steak.
mom makes really, really good regular and chicken tacos. She makes really good ones.
Is it
You
what?
had them.
I haven't had chicken taco in forever, actually. So.
My mom makes fire.
My chicken for me.
What about spaghetti? What about spaghetti taco?
Never had that.
Oh,
one.
huh?
Ooh, that
You
sounds
never watched?
good.
You never watched iCarly?
I would get a
No.
spaghetti taco.
Spencer.
What is that?
I'm not stupid like you.
Shut up. I never had one either, but Carly's older brother Spencer from iCarly, I used to watch all the time growing
Oh
up.
my god.
On iCarly, they used to have, that was their tradition, it was spaghetti tacos. There was literally spaghetti inside of a taco shell.
I want that.
Well,
What is wrong with
I
you?
feel like I'm just throwing you guys all around the place. We're actually back to STBC now, and I just
Breh.
Okay.
2 more.
Breh.
Kyle Archer,
Oh god, we're doing this again.
Caden Warner,
Interviews time.
Jason Earl,
Earl.
and Josh Getzoff. Archer, Warner, Earl, Getzoff.
I don't remember any of these.
Jason Earl's from Pitt. Josh Getzoff's from the
Why do you have an
Penguins.
addiction to touching people whenever you talk?
What?
Whoa, whoa,
He's
whoa.
touching his back.
Caden Warner's the basketball player from the first time around, and then Archer.
The guy that got us into promo or into
And then Archer's the dude with the harmonica.
interviews. I don't know what's the promos. Archer's a really funny guy.
I'll let you two start because I know you guys really don't have too much.
Yeah,
to
go
say.
ahead, Jack.
What were the 4 again? I'm missing one of them.
Kyle Archer,
Mhm.
Caden Warner,
Yep.
Jason Earl. That's one you were missing.
Yeah.
And then Josh Getzoff.
Alright.
Getzoff was the big Penguins guy. Earl was the Pitt guy.
Mhm.
Warner is basically got us into interviews, and then Kyle Archer, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start Kyle. He's my man. He's hilarious. I'm trading Caden. Benching Josh and cutting Jason.
That's actually a really good list.
I'm just gonna say just because I don't even have like any reason for any. I just put just random people. Anyway, I'm going to start Caden. I'm going to bench Archer. I'm going to trade Jason. I'm gonna cut Josh. I don't know. You
I
want
would have switched the J names around, and I would have said that would have been better.
All right, I'm starting Josh Getzoff because out of all these ones, that was actually my favorite interview that I've done. Just with these 4 because I believe it was the most professional one. Again, the Penguins conversation was great. Benching Warner because of simply what he's done for us. Jason Earl, I feel like is a little more valuable than Archer, so I'm going to trade him away. And again, I don't believe that was my best personal work because I was also sick that week. I had the flu. We had to reschedule a couple of times. And I'm going to cut Kyle Archer because it was a great interview, but in terms of seriousness versus the other 3, it wasn't fully there. In terms of comedic sense, though, it's easily getting started. So I'm starting Josh Getzoff, I'm benching Caden Warner, I'm trading my man Jason Earl, and I am cutting Kyle Archer. I will say this,
Let's see
though.
how it is.
Sharing a beer with him in New York City at Phoebe's right after we went to the Brooklyn Bridge was pretty cool.
I'm going to start Kyle Archer and bench Caden Warner. And then I'm going to trade Getzoff because he's easily the most valuable on this list. And
Facts.
I'm going to cut Jason Earl.
Your buddy Earl.
I am cutting
I
Earl.
just talked to him last week.
He is my buddy Earl.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, and they talked to him like the week before. too. Alright. And then,
Just follow me on X.
still staying with STBC, Lucas Carey's promos.
Oh, hold on. I have to take hold
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lucas Carey's promos are the best.
Okay.
Ask Austin Anything promos.
Okay.
Our like CapCut promos, like our like memes and stuff. And then obviously back in the day we used to actually like do our promos as like edits and stuff. And then promos where Austin's talking to like the camera.
That's kind of Ask Austin Anything, though.
No song.
Yeah, I guess. Alright, boys. You two are pretty much more viewers than, I guess,
Let's start off
handsome.
with Kevin. We never start off with Kevin because he's like in the
I'm
middle.
not even done yet.
Well, write faster!
You.
Oh my gosh, it's like Miss Jones's class all over again. He's like, Austin, let me see the notes!
That face is crazy.
You wanna know why? 'Cause I hate her class.
Austin,
No, you love
you
the
better
class.
watch out, Austin.
I know.
But hey, listen, we're not talking about Blood and Dead. He's safe for now.
For now, until the camera turns off.
No. Well, if he starts off. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'll just go randomly. Okay, so I'm going to put Lucas Carey's promos as a start because those are...
Yeah, my ego.
Look at this guy's non-existent.
Dude, you hear thunder? Anyway, no, those are the most entertaining for me to watch. I mean, I'm usually a part of them anyway, so I don't want to bias anyway, but I think for pure entertainment value, I think those are the best. I'm gonna put, let me think. I'm gonna put Austin talking to the camera. I'm gonna put that as a bench because I think it's good to keep. And I don't think that should go away ever, personally, because that's probably the most common one, is you talking.
That's when I put myself out there, yeah.
So,
That's also what he does for all the interviews and stuff, so.
Yeah, I'll put the... I'm going to have to... I don't know. I'm going to... Man, I'm going to trade away the CapCut ones, because I don't know if I've seen those recently.
You definitely have. It's like, well, not as much recently, but
You
the
know,
JFK one was a CapCut edit.
Oh. Well, anyway, there's value there. So we'll
definitely is.
trade that.
Especially because, like, all the old promos, like, before it was, like, us talking or doing skits, like, whenever it was, like, changing between slides and words, those are all CapCut edits and stuff, so.
Okay. Then
That was all CapCut stuff, yeah.
Then I'll cut the Ask Austin Anything promos because those probably show up the least.
Yeah, that's just the least amount that we have.
So,
well, besides Lucas Carey's, but they're pretty close now, especially now that Ask Austin Anything's kind of literally going to be on the bench.
Right.
Jack?
Mr. Dean.
Yeah.
Jock Dean.
I'm starting Lucas Carey's. It's funny. It's hilarious. I mean, it's actually something that I can look at normally and be like, hey, that's kind of funny. It doesn't feel like I'm just being told something. It's actually, like, entertaining. I'm trading the CapCut meme.
I thought it was quiet. Austin, why did you do
Actually
that?
insane. Austin, are you serious, dude?
No, you're not doing that.
You're
You're not
disgusting.
blaming me
You're
for him.
disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Defending himself. You're not doing that.
He has crazy good cologne on. You think a man like that would do this?
Yeah, you crazy? I smell good today.
Do we need to talk about what you did to Burger King in West Virginia? Stop it!
If you want,
Knock it off!
That was
No, we're
crazy.
not talking about it. Mr. Jack Dean, finish up.
Monsieur Jack Dean, please continue. Monsieur.
I'll be trading the CapCut memes because
Get your hands
Also-
off my leg.
they're also funny.
God.
They were good. They'd get more value than some of the other ones on here. The one where Austin's talking, I'm gonna bench because
What the hell is going on?
He just looked up at the worst time possible.
This is a fantastic episode.
You looked up. Your head was down. I was trying to hit you in the head, and you looked up.
I'm okay. I'll get you later.
What is wrong with y'all? Laughing like little schoolgirls. Mr. Jack
Yeah.
Dean's trying to talk.
And I was
we're
actually
sorry,
Monsieur Jack Dean.
We're sorry, Jack. We love you.
I'm cutting Ask Austin Anything.
Oh, now who's laughing like a little schoolgirl over there?
Yeah.
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 What happened? All right, Austin, it's your turn.
Where did I begin? Well, I have to start the Lucas Carey for my health's
It's
sake.
so nice just being awesome.
My body wants my body and my physical condition wants me to cut the promo because of how bad it does to me. But in all honesty, the content it brings is just amazing. So you got to start it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm honestly gonna bench the promos of me because I like putting myself out there a little
This
more
guy.
for the episode. No,
Talk about ego. Talk about ego.
and honestly, bringing on
Just an ego.
a bunch of different guests, I feel like is versatile. I'm trading Ask Us Anything because the promos that we did do honestly did really well for Ask Us Anything. Although there's not as many, the ones that were done actually, brought value to the podcast. The CapCut edits are fine, but they're hit or miss. There's not like a CapCut edit where you're like, okay, that's fine. It's either like, oh yeah, this is a really cool one, or then this is just kind of something just to post. So CapCut's gonna get cut. Ask Us Anything traded. Promos of me benched, and then Lucas Carey's got to be started.
Oh my god.
I don't know if that picked up or not, but that was a loud one. That was
picked
close.
up.
Jesus.
That was close. That rumbled the house.
That definitely picked up. That was louder than his fart.
Let's finish this up before we lose power.
Oh yeah, we should write it down.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna start Lucas Carey's promos. I'm going to cut Ask Austin Anything promos. I was such on the side of benching Capco because you can do it no matter what, and you can do so many different things with it. But I'm going to actually trade it away because there is so much you can do with it that does have the value. And then Austin talking promos I'm going to put on the bench.
Fair.
All right, boys, any last words from any of you? We'll start off with Jack. Any last words? Your first time on Lucas Carey's?
Yeah, thanks for bringing me to the podcast that I provide the name for.
It is true.
Right.
Yeah, it was a great one. It was silly.
Yeah, I had a really good time. Obviously, some really funny moments, but I mean, first time being with Jack on here. Is this my first Lucas Carey's as well?
This is your first Lucas Carey's.
Okay.
Your first time filming with
I
Jack.
mean, you were in
Yeah.
the background for one, and
You
you
were sitting there with
cameraman.
you were sitting there with your headphones on.
Well, I wasn't really a part of it. I was just
Yeah.
here. Can I help
You were
guys
just
with
here
something
listening to
before?
it because we had to get your help with something. So.
But anyway, yeah, no, I had a really good time. We didn't bring up Blood of the Dead, so I didn't have to go crazy at all. So, which is fantastic.
It was great. Lucas, I told you, you do a great job, man, with these episodes. I'm really proud of you. Love what you did. You got an hour and a half of content, which is amazing. And you still said you had to cut stuff, which is good. You listened to the one piece of advice I've given you.
Yeah, there's
which
some
is
stuff that
always
wasn't brought up.
always over prepare, because you never know when you're going to
Because don't worry, because if I didn't cut the stuff out that we didn't talk about, there's another 20 minutes, probably.
Understand.
So we'd be at like a 2-hour mark. I will say
Nothing
one
wrong
thing
with
real quick though that I forgot about earlier. We were talking about like the promos and like actually genuinely putting bodies on the line and stuff and like how much precision it takes. So actually for the last Lucas Carey's, the one where I like speared and all that, I told you beforehand like, hey, like my ankle's kind of screwed up by the way. Like I don't know why, don't know what's happening. That promo did screw it up even worse. And it's kind of funny that we mentioned that because I was like, yeah, it was a injury I had beforehand, but I genuinely after that promo had to get a brace for my ankle and wear it for about 2 straight weeks every single day. I couldn't walk without like wincing.
Yeah.
So it is funny, like we actually are putting our bodies on the line for this podcast.
Look,
Carrie,
this
he
scarred
agreed.
up.
Oh yeah, and that happened to Kevin.
And my
last-
knees,
And
my
the-
knees were scarred up from the RKO.
Carrie, Kelly, it is not my fault. Please don't be mad.
He's lying.
It's all his fault.
I was there. No, I was kidding.
But no, I have no regrets. That was a banger promo. I'm happy I did put my body on the line for it, and I had so much fun doing it.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I think I'm going to make it up to both of you guys. You guys are going to get a little receipt on me at this week's promo.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. We're gonna be scheming. We're gonna be scheming. So watch your back, buddy.
Great.
But ladies and gentlemen of the Jagoff Mafia, thank you so much for tuning on in to another great episode. I hope I talked over that because, oh my lord, Kevin, you're disgusting.
I should have hided.
Make sure to tune into this Sunday. We have another banger interview provided by Austin as usual.
Yeah.
And stay tuned for next
Oh, yeah.
month where Lucas Carey's the 5th edition will be returning. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see y'all on the next one. See ya!
Peace.